When we think of the online world, we see the words, videos, and occasionally cat-animated GIFs if we are so bold, but once in a while our personal space could be violated in the form of harsh comments. And these comments can be pretty benign, consisting of such phrases as "you suck," or a mere thumbs down or dislike on a YouTube comment, but the more sinister can be targeted bullying, intimidating threats, things that can pull a user into a downward spiral of emotion, all caused by a comment. The alternative would be to have a team of users paw through millions of comments and pick out the good ones, which is a problem considering two things. One, different people have different ideas of what is a good comment, and two, reading through millions of comments could cause nausea, depression, and other side effects. Please see your doctor. But could the internet be self-regulating in this regard? Well, the first is to see if there are ways to separate the positive from the negative. So let's start with the positive. It's pretty simple to tell a positive comment on a post. Even an off-topic positive comment is not seen as inherently bad. But how can we use this black and white assessment, identifying negative comments about the content of an article, which is totally valid for discussion, compared to off-topic negative comments about appearance or competence? In a 2012 study, some researchers tackled this problem, looking at one particular use case, comments on a news site, and whether we can detect insults on such a site. The site in question, Yahoo Buzz. Never heard of it? Well, it doesn't exist anymore, but go with it. Yahoo Buzz was a social news and commenting site, and our researchers took individual comments from comment threads from the site to see if their classifier could detect comments which were off-topic or comments that were negative, which isn't easy. Consider the word sick. If used to describe a particularly scathing retort, the word could mean splendid, but alternatively, it could mean something that is particularly disgusting, or perhaps a comment was in reference to a politician who had recently acquired a cold. Achoo. Nevertheless, the study first had to tag data with approximately correct answers and classifications to see if a classifier would work. To do this, they used Amazon Mechanical Turk, a service by Amazon in which you can take any simple task and ask people to complete it for a small payment. A sample set of comments from the entire dataset were labeled as good, bad, ugly, in some detail with Mechanical Turk. Comments that were not too long, not too short, but just right. After getting this data labeled, it was now time to train machine learning systems to see which worked best. You give the data to the system, and it learns how to identify new information based on the information it has already seen. Like a toddler, but in order to train the system, you need to know what it's looking for, namely features. In this case, a set of support vector machines trained on various term-based features were used. Features were like unigrams and bigrams and stemming, and this performed better than baseline, but we could do better. What if knowing the topic of a content helped detect an insult better? Using a post or thread's metadata like language, the researchers split the data to identify the topic. Oh, and another thing, we can use the features from before to detect if an insult was directed at the author of a previous comment. Here, bigrams and stems worked best. Next is relevance. You can filter out a huge number of topics that are not on topic, using an analysis called TF-IDF to calculate the word frequency. Valence analysis can also be used to determine how positive or negative an author's view is towards a topic, but no news data has ever been tagged like this before, so a reasoning through search system was used. It was trained on movie and product reviews from many domains and rated our comments with a score from +2 to -2. In the results, the systems were surprisingly accurate in determining insulting comments from a very complex detection system. The best performing system was the multi-step classifier that utilized all pieces, the valence and relevance analysis systems, as well as support vector machines trained with stems to detect insults, and bigrams and stems to detect the object of the insults. And is it perfect? Well, no, we didn't train our valence with news data, but movie data, and we didn't look at the impact of profanity on participation in forums or on variations of profane terms that are so prevalent online. But the system did work well regardless, and who knows, the next step could be predictive to stop the downward spiral in comments before it even happens. But for now, this is a good tool to just detect insulting posts, and we'll leave the final judgment to the moderators.